The air squat. Why cover the air squat? It's a vital, natural, functional component of movement. It's one of the most functional movements of our daily life. For example, sitting down and standing up. How often have you done that today? At least a couple dozen times. The bottom of the squat is nature's intended sitting posture. Just visit any third world country and you'll see people utilizing their squat and not chairs. The squat is one of the main foundational movements. Any deficiency in the air squat will be magnified when adding any external load. That means a front squat, back squat, and even an overhead squat. The air squat helps to develop torso strength for your back and your abs, and helps to stand and walk around with natural upright posture. It develops mobility, stabilization, and strength in the hips, knees, and ankles. It also develops hip extension and creates a potent neuroendocrine response, which is just a fancy way of saying that it helps to regulate and release really helpful hormones for our muscles when they break down and rebuild. And obviously, my air squat isn't 100% as I still need to work on my range and mobility. Key points of movement. Maintain a neutral spine position. This is our natural S shape and will keep us safe. Keep the weight in your midfoot to heels. This is going to help keep that posterior chain engaged. Send your hips below the knee. We want full range of motion of our hips. Track your knees in the direction of your toes. We're looking for alignment of our hips, knees, and ankles. The setup. Your stance and foot position should be shoulder width with toes slightly turned out. This provides the best supporting position for balance, strength, and range of motion. Keep your head position neutral. This helps keep the alignment of your spine congruent from the cervical to the thoracic back. Full extension of the hips and knees, basically standing completely upright. This develops strong hip extension and power. Execution. Weight distribution. Maintain your weight in your midfoot and heels. This activates our posterior chain, which is our engine for movement and stabilization. Posterior is the back of the body, and anterior is the front of the body. Take a deep diaphragmatic breath from your belly and squeeze your abs. This will help stabilize your spine for movement and stability. It's designed to help prevent arching or even hyperextension. Keep your chest up. This is for balance, efficiency, and weight distribution. Your butt travels back and down until your hip crease is below your knee. We should be able to put a marble at the top of the knee and have it roll down to your hip. We develop more power with more depth. Also, it translates into better mobility and range of motion of our hip and ankle joints in day-to-day life. Push your knees out laterally on the way up and on the way down. This activates the powerful glute muscles while creating more power, stability, and balance throughout the movement. Stand up to full extension of the hips and knees. It helps to develop explosive hip extension and full range use of the hip, knee, and ankle joints, which translates into improved athletic performance. Common faults with simple fixes. Hyperextension. This compromises the natural, stable position of your spine and leaves you more susceptible to injury. Be sure to maintain a really tight midsection by taking that deep diaphragmatic breath and holding it until you're finished the movement. Arching or a rounded back. This could be due to weak or tight hamstrings and glutes. This compromises the natural, stable position of your spine and leaves you more susceptible to injury. Again, maintain a super tight midsection before starting your rep. Not getting deep enough. This could be due to weak hip extensors, quad dominance, or even laziness. Give yourself a target below your hip crease, and as you get better, progressively make it lower. We should be sitting on our calves by the end of our progression. Knees folding in. Could be that you have stronger leg extension than hip extension, or maybe even weak abductors. This puts pressure on the tendons and ligaments in your knees. Just push your knees out laterally or spread the ground apart with your feet. Weight is in your toes. This could be that you have weak or tight hamstrings and glutes. You're going to lose power and eventually balance since you're not connected to the ground, and you're definitely not activating the posterior chain engines. Push your weight back into your heels by squatting with your toes up. Thank you for watching.